Hello and welcome, all friends and all devotees of yoga and Buddhist reflection. I'm still talking about I would like to talk about, today is the 15th of June, 2019, Saturday, the 15th of June, 2019. I would like to talk about the wisdom, the teachings of Venerable Master Singyu, one of the greatest Buddhists of our time. There's a lot of wisdom. Folks, I'll advise you guys who really want to pay attention to these teachings to get biros and papers, jotters, notebooks ready. There are points that will be made here in this brief lesson, teaching, instruction, that you'll find very useful. Probably today, tomorrow, at some point in life. It's good to pay attention to wisdom. It's good to write it down. It's good to record wisdom, because when you record wisdom, you contemplate upon wisdom, your mind will digest wisdom. It becomes a part of you, very useful part. I'm not going to go too much in that. I'm just going to go straight to the wisdom. So I call them tips, general tips from our Venerable Master Singyu. Not giving rise to unwholesome thoughts is purifying ourselves, always practicing kindness. Not giving rise to unwholesome thoughts is purifying ourselves. Always practicing kindness is enriching society. Always practicing kindness is enriching society. Asat's humble table, wise fare. Okay. Not giving rise to unwholesome thoughts is purifying ourselves. Always practicing kindness is enriching society. Asat's humble table, wise fare. Not giving rise to unwholesome thoughts is self-discipline. Self-discipline. Not giving rise to unwholesome thoughts is self-discipline. Write down as much as you can write down, and try to remember as much as you can remember. It's useful, golden wisdom, okay? Not giving rise to unwholesome thoughts is self-discipline, and practicing kindness is benefiting others. Self-discipline is working for our own merits. Self-discipline is working for our own merits. However, practicing kindness is the initiative we take to help and support all sentient beings, and thus is beneficial to others. The following are some of the ways we can practice both. The following are some of the ways we can practice both. 1, okay, first golden key. 1, be upright and strict in self-discipline. Be upright and strict in self-discipline. Being upright and righteous should be the foundation of our conduct. Being upright and righteous should be the foundation of our conduct. People who examine themselves well, are often very disciplined. While they are stern in dealing with their own faults, they are tolerant of the mistakes of others. While they are stern in dealing with their own faults, they are tolerant in dealing with the mistakes of others. They give others the chance to correct their errors, guiding them skillfully with wisdom and advice towards the right view. They exemplify strict in discipline, tolerant in treating others. They exemplify strict in discipline. They exemplify strict in self-discipline, tolerant in treating others. Just take as much of it as you can take. All these things, I'm talking about them to make it easier for you. What I'll do later on is I'll publish them. If you go to my Facebook, you'll see all these lectures published in writings. But you also need my lectures to perfect wisdom, right? You also need the teacher to talk about it in class. So professors do two things in class. One, they talk about the body of knowledge they need the students to grasp. And then they write it on the blackboard. So we're doing both in these courses, in these oracles of wisdom. You go to my Facebook, you pick up the lines. All the writings are there of Grandmaster Singyung. Later on, I'm going to do commentaries. Everything writing you want to see is on my Facebook. Okay, I've published all of them. I also have websites for them. Later on, I'll give you guys, when I finish developing, I'll give you guys websites for them. But right now, if you go to my Facebook, that's the easiest place you find all these teachings downloaded there. You can read them on your own. That's one. Okay, and then two, I'm now talking about them to make them real easy. Because when you read, sometimes you may be falling asleep or not really paying attention. But when the professor talks about it, then your senses of sight, hearing are all stimulated. And then this is how human beings, this is how we are, right? We need all our senses to be stimulated. As I'm talking about it, I'm stimulating your hearing. Your sense of hearing. You are hearing the teachings. Okay? When you go to my Facebook, you read. You no longer hear me talking, except you press my clip again to hear them, right? So there we have the lettering. We have the, literature. You go to my Facebook, you see the whole literature there. You can read. So you can read. Your sight, your sense of sight, you can read all these things. And then you can also listen to hear me talk about them. Both, okay, are important. Listen to hear me talk about them, it goes in through your ear. Stimulates your sense of hearing. You read about them on my website, you stimulate your sense of sight. See, we human beings, we are full of senses. So when you read, your sense of sight is stimulated. Then it goes into your mind. When you hear the teachings, your sense of hearing is stimulated. It goes into the same mind. So you want all senses to be stimulated if you're trying to learn something of value to improve your own value, your own self-importance, your own self-cultivation, your own self-discipline, your own success, your value. You have to increase your value. How valuable are you as a human being? How much knowledge or value have you acquired? These things are value. It affects your conduct. It changes your character. So when you see golden wisdom valuable, you want to take it. It's like gold itself. You acquire them, it increases your value as a human being. It makes you more disciplined, more cultivated, gives you more poise, more self-confidence, more self-control. Makes you a better person in society. You're able to contribute better to the world than if you are indisciplined. You've not studied. You don't know anything in your brain. And you think you know. We human beings always think we know everything. So the only important thing, everybody thinks, I know everything. But yet problems bash you from every blessed day of your lives. You have no clues to what to do. So it's good to also assemble wisdom. Gather this wisdom together. Gather them, jot them down. Take it seriously. And then you'll find your subconscious mind working on it. And then it will begin to play out in your life and it will make better things. You see a hole in front of you, you don't have to stumble and fall in and receive a snake bite. Okay? Wisdom. Because it says, look at where you're going. You look down at where you're going. You don't stumble and fall and break your head. So wisdom. Okay? So all sorts of wisdom. You listen everywhere. You read everything. You acquire the wisdom. It will only go a long way to guide and protect you. Wisdom is a protection for those who acquire it, for those who possess it, for those who have it. Okay. So I'm going to the second one. The second golden wisdom of Master Singyung says, treat others with integrity and loyalty. In teaching others, it is better to be kind than strict. Likewise, it is better to be tolerant than stern when dealing with others. If we treat others with a harsh attitude and deal with our own shortcomings with latitude and forgiveness, we lack integrity. Okay. Loyalty, however, is the most precious quality in human relationships. Loyalty is the most precious quality in human relationships. Callous and treacherous people only terrify others. Callous and treacherous people only terrify others, while loyal and righteous ones win their hearts, win their trust and respect. Thus, we should not hesitate helping friends in need or give others financial assistance in emergencies. As such deeds can certainly bring warmth to the world. Okay. I'm rushing on to 3. I'm hoping that, students, you guys got to be, right? You remember what we did in those days, 30 years ago when university students? Okay, 30 whole years ago, right? 30 years ago, I was already in college. I was already in the university 30 years ago. I'm almost 50. Okay? 30 years ago, I was in college. I was in university 30 years ago. And I remember we used to take lectures. Do you see that I'm standing, not sitting? This is discipline. So in life, we need discipline. We don't need to be indisciplined human beings. Indiscipline won't pay. Discipline pays. I do other things. Tomorrow I'm off to work. I work. I still find time to do these lectures. They are important for those who want to learn about Buddhism. It's not about me. I'm not Buddha. I'm a disciple. I'm a follower. Came 2,500 years later. Just happened, the Nigerians have not picked it up, and I'm trying to teach it. Simple as all that. Because it's a good teaching. It's a brilliant teaching. Buddha is a brilliant man. I believe he's the most brilliant teacher that ever lived. Nice teaching. Doesn't get into trouble at all. Okay? Brilliant man. All he does is, wisdom. Meditates on wisdom. He applies that wisdom to his life. Stays away from troublesome people, troublesome places. Minds his own business. Does the most peaceful life lived. Nobody could live more peaceful life than the Buddha. Perfect man. Okay? So, sometimes this may be what the life we choose to live. Some people choose to live troublesome lives. They are soldiers. Some people live to go to war front, standing war, shooting other people and getting shot by people. That's a good thing to do by some. Others choose to just live by peace and wisdom. Work-wise, they go do business, make their money without trouble. There are people who do that. I can name them. I already did. Right? Master Singyu. He's 90-something years old. 200 temples all over the world. Thousands of monks and nuns. Many universities built all over. Brought Buddhism to Africa. His foundation has brought billions of dollars. Do you want us to go into financial estimates? Peaceful man, Buddha. So, in business, sometimes you really want to, you have to determine for yourself what kind of life you want to live. I mean, the world has 7 billion people. They all cannot be living one kind of lifestyle. Some may be troublesome. Some want to go and fight, kill, go to war. That's them. Some other people want, no, I want to do it the peaceful way. All I need is just some kind of wisdom. I can find my way around if I'm a wise man. Good point. 3, I'm going on. Deal with matters with sincerity and diligence. Whether we are establishing a business, opening a factory, or working in a company, we must realize that no single matter can be completed by one person alone. No single matter can be completed by one person alone. It always takes a number of friends cooperating together or the joint effort of many people connected by various means to achieve success. Okay? That's our goal. We want to be successful people. Hence, we must rely on our sincerity and diligence to win over the recognition and trust of others in major undertakings. After all, sincerity is the foundation of success in our career, and diligence its driving force. If all we do is expect others to take on hardships while we enjoy privileges, we cannot forge positive connections with people. And failure will not be far away. Right? Just learn and do things. Learn and act. Guys, let me tell you one thing about these nice lectures I'm giving to you guys. You need to take action. You need to be action men and action women. That's all. It's not something boring. Sit down there and be thinking, oh, God, okay, how many human beings have lived in the world? How many people? Zillions of human beings. Right? How many years has there been life in the world? Right? How many years? Right? So many people and so many lifetimes, right, have passed in the world. Right? So we know all these things, right? So many people and so many lifetimes. I just need smart people, smart students. You listen quickly, you pick up points, dismiss a lot of them as Buddha always teaches. Find a couple of them that apply to your life you can apply quickly. Use them, get your success. It's called action. So my students, any people that I'm addressing right now, my students, I need you guys to be action men, action women. That's all. Just listen, teacher. So people know me, can trust my intelligence. They know that I know what I'm talking about. I've sat with them in class. They know the kind of student I am in class. Okay? They know the kind of person. Those people who sat with me in class, they know the kind of student I am in class. Okay? I was not an average student. I was a top student. Any student who sat with me in class, they know. I've always been at the top of my class. I've always been among the best. Thanks be to God. So, students, what we need students to do, those of you who are my students, what we need you to do is just to take jotters, pen, paper, write down notes. This is Buddhism. People who don't want to listen to Buddhism, don't turn off your set and go and sleep. You don't want to listen to Buddhism. It's not right. It's not by force. People who are inquisitive. People who want to find out knowledge. Like me, I did that. At my own, I went out to fish it out. Fish it out for yourself. Right? See anything useful there? Can I? Something useful that can solve a problem I've been trying to solve for 5 years. You may find it, use it quickly, get it solved, move on. That's how Buddha wants people to work. We don't tie you down. We don't sell doctrines here. We are not dictators. We have ideas. We are think tanks. Give you ideas. I'll give you an idea. Life has suffering in it. Do you know what that means? Wake up in the morning, go to work, get some dollars, get some money. Money will help you a lot to get away from suffering. Don't plan to kill your neighbor. It is then that you make money bad. You're just working for your money. To get your money to be comfortable in life, you have plenty of money. Just do the right things the right way. You succeed. Okay, I'm reading 3. You just need smart students, right? That's all I'm saying. Smart students and action takers. Deal with matters with sincerity and diligence. Whether we are establishing a business, opening a factory, or working in a company, we must realize that no single matter can be completed by one person alone. It always takes a number of friends cooperating together or the joint effort of many people connected by various means to achieve success. Hence, we must rely on our own sincerity and diligence to win over the recognition and trust of others in major undertakings. After all, sincerity is the foundation of success in our career and diligence. Sincerity is the foundation of success, okay? In our career. And diligence, its driving force. Diligence is its driving force. If all we do is expect others to take on hardships while we enjoy privileges, we cannot forge positive connections with people, and failure will not be far away. 4, going straight on. Smart students. Action takers. Take action. Jot points and take actions quickly. 4 is practice kindness and compassion and resolve. Practice kindness and compassion and resolve. Buddhism teaches phenomena. Phenomena do not arise by themselves. Phenomena do not arise by themselves. They rely on circumstances to become manifest. In this human world, self and others are connected as one. No one can live as an island because we must support one another in our accomplishments. Hence, we ought to help each other even in small ways, right? Even in some small ways. Because by doing so, we are actually helping ourselves. We should constantly practice benevolence and serve others with enthusiasm. People who consistently perform kind deeds usually have few unwholesome thoughts. As they abandon all unwholesomeness, they will gradually distance themselves from misfortune and create positive conditions for an improved future. The Gatha of the 7 ancient Buddhas warns, do not commit any unwholesomeness. Uphold all benevolence. The former is based on self-discipline and the latter on the practice of kindness. Confucianism also espouses look upon no impropriety. Confucianism also espouses look upon no impropriety. Listen to no impropriety. Listen to no impropriety. Speak no impropriety. Speak no impropriety. Commit no impropriety. Commit no impropriety. This too entails the practice of self-discipline. With self-discipline, we can avert much trouble and build the foundation for personal cultivation and successful career. The practice of kindness curbs greed and desire, which in turn is the best prescription for harmonious human relationships. Together, self-discipline and benevolence can bring all of us endless good fortune and a long life. That's all. Simple as all that. Okay? Folks, you're jotting, you're writing, you need to write. Be fast about these things. I can't talk to you 24 hours of the day. Time is limited. Write down points. Reflect and meditate on these things. And you'll see improvement every day springing up in your life. More achievements, more success. Namo Amitofo.